flagship? What are we doing here? After all that, Seleno's staying in the room right... Is anyone there? You're sure this is the right... Seleno, I know you're in there. Seleno...
I'm not here. R2? Am not. Quit bothering me.
Not a chance! If you don't open the door, I'll be waiting right here outside until you change your mind. I have so many questions to ask you. Can you at least answer this? Open the door!
All right.
That wasn't...
Take a seat. Just to be clear, curiosity is a dangerous trait, Linnea. You're gonna...
You sure about that? Will you please answer me now? Why do we have...
Visions of your...
So...
Of course, Linnea. You're an avid student.
The Vila, Domovoy, Leshy, Volkodlok, Snegovic, and Jack Frosts.
Right. Well, there are many less common varieties, too. The legendary Lantern Fae, the Sirens with their lilting songs, and us. We foretell both disaster and delight. Gazing up...
I've never heard of an augury...
That's hardly a surprise. You can count the number of augury birds alive.
So it's true then. We...
Family. Augury birds are born with a peculiar ability. We can see crossroads in the flow of fate.
Are you talking about prophecies?
Doesn't surprise me. Humanity has many ways of observing fate. The stars, the ley lines. We can only see our own fates. If a friend wants to know their future, or someone is concerned about the destiny of the world, we're powerless to help. But the way it feels to witness your own fate?
It certainly wasn't fun. Those prophecies brought I had a goal in life. And before I even had the chance to start fighting for it...
Wait till you've tried to defy fate and found how...
Everything is transpiring as I foresaw. Yet I am powerless to change it. I do wonder whether giving a man the power to see the future...
When you know every joy and every sorrow you'll ever experience, and there's nothing you can do to change it. Generation after generation of augury birds lived with this burden. Until you were born, and our parents found the only... If an augury bird is set far from the Fae to grow up among humans, the awakening...
So that's how I became... What about the child I was switched with? What happened to her?
Don't worry, she had the opposite problem to you. She needed to live among the Fae. She was born with a strange, rare disease that Our parents saved her life, then raised her as their own. Eventually, her birth parents came to find her.
I see. It all makes sense now. But there's still one...
I meant exactly what I said.
But why?
No reason.
So we're back to this? Seleno?
Oh, good guess. By the time our parents came up with a solution for you and sent you off to live with the humans, Mom and Dad would sneak over to Nodcry to see you sometimes. I came with them once, to Nodcry. When I saw... Did no one ever consider how I felt? What was I to... All of this led to me deciding. I know.
Then why did you... You really want me to keep...
It was because I found out the image of you I'd built up in my head. I overheard you. And Speranza. talking about your... You described it so nonchalantly. But it was eating me up, and in that moment, I didn't want to see you suffer, and I couldn't go on resenting you any longer.
Hey, sis. You're really not cut out to be a villain. So much for making me suffer, huh? Now you're the one crying and I have to comfort you. But I understand now. That feeling you have. I've always wondered about my real family. I'm so glad you are willing to see me, sis.
Thank you. All of you.
Don't mention it. Paimon thinks it's always best to get everything up. Hey, Celino. I was wondering, how did you end up with a Radiant Bladehorn as your partner?
We met that time when Mom and Dad brought me to see you in Nodcry. Hemus was still a baby then. I suppose our friendship was preordained. Just like...
Immutable?
You're welcome to try to fight it. Leave this competition and fly. Or if you prefer, you could go all out and try to beat. The prophecies we see are the meeting points of every possible path. There are many possible roads.
Now that I know the pain of seeing my own fate for myself,
I learned to submit to fate. Since the outcome can't be changed, how I get there doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Every crossroad I've But what about you?
I think I see things. How about we continue this conversation after the tournament?
All right, just don't get your hopes up about the...
I'll be fine, trust me. It's getting pretty late. We should all get some sleep. You're staying at the flagship too, right? No need to see me out. I'll be fine. Oh, and thanks so much for keeping me company today. Good night. Traveler, are you awake? Oh, neither can Paimon. Linnea, and since we're both struggling to sleep, do you want... Listen up, Lumi. I've seen Celino's Radiant Bladehorn in action, and it isn't just strong. Her best way to exploit both of these traits will be to... Linnea! Sure am. What are you... Lumi and I were just going over our strategy for tomorrow. Yahoo! Lure the enemy in and wait for an opening to strike. Yeah, looks like that's my best shot at victory. But Hemus is so powerful. Even if we do find an opening, thanks. Just because I've seen a few... Fate is such a mysterious idea.
What does fate mean to you?
You're in a philosophical mood, huh? Well, besides, I'm an advisor, remember? It wouldn't be...
Relax. I'm just curious.
All right, well... I think that knowing the future, when I was a kid, my greatest suffering came from not knowing. I didn't know how my parents would react when I told them the truth. I didn't know where to go when they left. Back then, I actually wanted to know the future. I dreamed of a day that but fate didn't show me anything. It was my... I've always known what it's like to be terrified of the unknown. And now I'm learning that... Yahoo! Training session over! Feels like these two are real. All right, I think we're as prepared as we can be. Time to get some shut-eye. Tomorrow, we're gonna face our fate.
Is everybody ready? Prepare. Our contestants are ready and raring to go. On the one side, we have the Traveler and her partner Aguara. And on the other side, we have Linnea and her partner Gorni.
You can do it, Aguara!
We have a winner!
Great job, Aguara! Hey, Traveler!
Looks like our contestants and their partner. On the one side, we have Linnea and her partner Lumi. And on...
You can do it, old boss! Go get him, Linnea! Charge, Hemus! Don't panic, Lumi! Remember your training? I'm right here. Ready? Now jump! Attack! Stop her!
This is the will of fate. It was over before it began.
Lumi! Lumi! Huh? Oh? You wanna come with me? Let's go then. The wide world awaits. Victory will be ours! You were amazing! Yahoo, yahoo! You know, you look a little different after absorbing... Oh, Linnea! Are you Traveler? I figured out why Lumi is different from other Jack Frost! After all the theory... What if Lumi wasn't born different at all? What if it's all a consequence of her diet? Surely, and I mean, just look at fiships! Depending on their element, fiships can look wildly different. Lumi, you don't have to wait for evolution to catch up at all. You just have to find another Jack. I'm so happy you unleashed your full power.
Linnea, why did you hold back?
What do you mean? If Lumi had landed that hit...
Even so, when that hammer started to fall, the future I once saw went... Did fear cause me to see a false vision? What does it matter? In the end, the pole...
What's on...
Whatever path you take, it always leads to this.
Celino, do you remember?
I remember.
You told me. There are many possible roads into the future, but they all lead to the same Maybe fate will always lead us toward the same destination, but so, even if I was destined to lose to you, and even if my ship ends up at the bottom, if all people care about are outcomes, then... But my feelings, my thoughts, everything I've seen... Lumi, sounds like you agree, right?
Linnea, ignorance really is bliss.
Even when we're scared and uncertain. You sure about that? Because if I hadn't...
How I envied your cheerful optimism when Now you witnessed. Perhaps I was wrong from the start.
Celino, you okay?
Actually, I claimed the victory promised to me by...
Sounds like I got the sweeter deal overall. So enjoy your victory, Celino. But don't get complacent. Otherwise... That plus our special ball. Let's go, partner. This time it's my turn to... So, Aguara comes from Natlan, right? If we're gonna train hard, we should do it there. There's plenty of natural phlogiston around, which will help keep the little one's stamina up. Let's go!